wondering, what is nexLv all about? Well, let me ask you this. Would you drive on the road with a flat tire? Certainly not intentionally, right? And when fixing the flat, would you use tools to get that done? I would hope so. I've never seen it done by hand alone. A flat limits the speed you can drive and also gives you less control on the road. What happens when you experience a mental flat in your life? Similarly, you have difficulty keeping a steady course, and it affects how fast you can drive or move toward your goals. Like the tools you would use to change a flat tire, nexLv is a tool in your mental toolbox. With nexLv, there's no product to store or sell. The product is you. Using worksheets, guided meditations, audiobooks, and other content, you take the time to fix your mental flat and get back on your awesome journey towards success. Attend our weekly meetings so we can all grow as a community. We believe that we achieve more and at a higher rate of success together. Take your life to the next level today. Use this referral code during sign-up. nexLv is for you.
Keeping it to unmute my mic. Happy New Year. Let me say it again. So 2021 is here. I'm so happy to be a part of this year. I know 2020 was rough. I saw memes of people trying to beat up 2020 and blow it up and do all types of things to the year. Based on what happened, with the things that went on. It was definitely a rough time. And unfortunately, some people didn't make it through, through that year. And even those who made it through are still experiencing a lot of rough times and a lot of challenges. And so, it would be nice if the year changing just automatically changed everything and made it better, but it's not how it works, right? And so we're still trying to build on our mindset and do the work to mentally prepare ourselves for what the year has to offer us. And I know I've had conversation with friends and people, and I guess one of the biggest things that came out of 2020 is this idea of what's the point in planning? What's the point in doing anything if the world could just turn upside down and you have no control over it, right? All these closures and shutdowns and lockdowns, and you have no say. What's the point of planning? And I always bring, just a very practical way of looking at that. It's similar to when you're driving with a GPS, right? And you have your destination locked in. And as you're driving, you have road closures, you have detours, you have a lot of things happen, accidents on the road. But there's sort of a reassurance, and you feel good because you know that once you take a turn off of the path, it'll reroute you back onto your destination. And so that's what it's like having a plan. Having a plan is like that GPS with your destination locked in. So when things do happen that's outside of your control, there's a path to reroute to, because you had some idea of where you were going, as opposed to just flying blind. And one of the things I always say is plan your day. Otherwise, your day will make plans for you, and bad ones too, right? So it won't just always make good plans. But certainly, if you plan your day to achieve a lot of things and get a lot of things done, you'll find things going more in your direction. So I'm excited that the book is now in print. I finally got through the final editing, got through the layouts and design, and what a process trying to get a book done. But I'm so excited to say that it's done, and so it'll be shipping out within the next week or so. I'm so excited to get this book into your hands. I think it will be so helpful. I've begun to already use concepts from the book just in my personal life, and I'm already seeing results. And I'll cover I'll cover a few pages of the books tonight, just to give you an idea of what the book is talking about, and some of the things that can help you in your journey to achieving your success. And so it's only $12.99, right? 66 days of trending towards your purpose. I'm so excited to see it. And so I did this intro last week. I'm just going to run through it really quick, of this concept of to plan or not to plan, and why is it important to plan. I worked as an analyst for many years, and working for Fortune 500 companies, and everyone is still doing their annual goals. They're still forecasting. They're still budgeting, even with the downturn, even with the closures, and the money loss. It's like it's even more important now to plan because of all the things that happen, right? And so you have to. The main thing is you have to be certain that you have enough resources to handle all the things that are coming your way, right? And all the things that you want to do. So planning is a way of managing your resources. Otherwise, you're kind of setting yourself up to be like, just come across something that you weren't expecting, and now you have no idea what to do. So planning is definitely important. And I love these sayings by these great men. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail, right? He who fails to plan is planning to fail, right? Pretty much the same thing said in two different ways. And it's true. It's speaking about that idea of preparation. And if you have a plan, then again, it's the best way to handle living in uncertain times, right? It's the best way to manage that field, because you have an idea of what direction you're going and what you want to accomplish. All right. So in the terms of resolutions, I gave these percentages last week. I love stats. So it says approximately 45% of Americans make at least one resolution in January. So we have about 330 million Americans. So about half of that, about 15 million to 14 million Americans make at least one resolution in January, right? That's powerful. But the downside is less than 25% of that of that bunch actually keep their resolutions after the first 30 days. And that's me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm that January bunch. I do this for about 2 or 3 weeks, really strong. But I psych myself up because again, I'm not setting myself up for the journey, right? This is like a marathon. It's not a sprint. And so usually I have that sprint mindset. I'm like, go hard, leave the blocks fast, out and running. And then, if you didn't plan it up right, you're gonna be burnt out in no time. So it's better to have a systematic way of doing this for a long period, because that's what's going to give you the results that you are looking for. All right. Hey, thanks for coming on. I see I have a few views on Facebook, and I have Jackie and Jay. Is that you, Jay? Or your mom?
It's me.
Oh, my son is on. Yay. Love you, Jay. Thanks for joining. You have no choice. I was going to get you if you didn't come online. All right. So, and then of the 25% of people that keep their resolutions after 30 days, only 8% of that group actually stay committed till the end of the year. So that 114 million drops off tremendously by the time we hit December. And so we're trying to figure out, well, what can we do? What things can we install? Right? If you think about a computer, what programs can we install in the computer to help this system to run longer or to actually achieve success? And for those that don't believe in resolutions and don't believe in planning, are the same ones that send you invites for their birthdays, the same one that's telling you to look out for this summer, look out for this fall. I want to do XYZ. Put your money aside. I mean, we plan for everything. It's not really putting anything in anyone's face. But the truth of the matter is, we plan for what is important to us. And these are usually just events, 1 day events, or 1 week event. What about your life plan? What about the plan for your life and for your loved ones and things like that, right? The things that I know are most important to you and I. And so if we can spend that time and put that effort towards planning for these events, we can do the same thing when it comes to what we are looking and trying to accomplish. And so why is it important to plan? I gave these 5 points last week. I thought they were very helpful. I already spoke about the first one. It's good for approaching things outside of our control. And I also spoke about the fact that it's a good tool for success, and it's something that successful people do. And so that's something I always just tell myself and try to live by. It's like, if I want to be successful, then let's see what that template looks like. Let me listen to people who are in that, on that track, right? And so what are people doing in these times? People are investing, people are looking for new channels and new sources of income and finding them and maximizing on this remote world that we're living in. And so that's what I want to do as well, and that's what you should be doing as well. We can just not do it and just hope things get better, but there's definitely something that's said about being aggressive about the direction of your life and what you plan and what you're trying to do. And people who achieve tend to be very aggressive and not just sit by the sidelines, right? Take some risk into what's going on, what's happening, learning something new. I mean, this was a great season to learn something new. I know, like, during this time, many businesses sprung out of nowhere. People got into Bitcoins and trading and stocks and all these things. I'm still very, I still want to really get involved in that, but nexLv is just taking a lot of my time right now. I say to you, definitely find multiple sources or multiple streams, but find one thing you can focus on to really direct your attention, because that's going to help it bring some success as well. Which is why statistics show having more than 5 goals for the year is often a reason why people fall off, why the numbers fall off so much. It's just too much. You just want to change too many things. You want to do too much things at one time. And it becomes, of course, it becomes too much pressure. It feels like a burden. It feels too much like a task, and you just start chopping off of that list until there's nothing there. Right? So start small and be really systematic about how you approach this. It promotes collaboration. I think that's such a powerful thing, because when I have a plan and you have a plan, now we have a common tool that we can communicate. We have a new way of communicating, right? Because we both have plans. And so you'll find that if you sit and you start to develop a plan, and you can call it the law of attraction, you could call it spiritual connection, discernment, whatever you want to call it, but you will realize that once you start planning and thinking that way, you'll start to make connections that support your direction. You start to see it really happens. Like, sit and start work on your business. Spend some time online looking at videos and learning different things. You'll find pages and YouTubers and influencers and books and resources and people, and all of a sudden it's just like it's a flow of things that just start coming your way because of your your efforts. So it promotes collaboration. That's a great reason to plan. Secondly, I love that it definitely welcomes godly partnership. It gives God something to work with, right? Having this tangible object, having this tangible plan definitely is a good place for God to show himself strong in your life. So it's good to have something to be used, right? So that's why it's important to have a plan. Also, it's a great source of motivation if you're trying to accomplish something good. Having a plan or something to refer to look back on is going to help you in that journey as well. All right, so this is the actual final book cover. I'm so excited. So it's 66 days of trending toward your purpose, and trending towards your purpose is pretty much the first concept I launched when I did nexLv, and this idea of trending and habits. And I've been pounding this for week after week, and I'm pounding for myself too. It's something that I'm trying to develop and master for myself as well. And so once I'm finding success in some of the tools I'm developing, that's what I'm sharing with you guys to hopefully help you to do the same as well. And so if you look in the description of the video, you'll find a link for my ClickFunnels that will take you to the book and other nexLv resources. All right, so I want to share just a couple of pages from the book and a couple of the points I made. And so the book gives you four tools, 4 things you can use to help you to achieve success in your goals or your resolutions, right? And those words are interchangeable, however you want to say it. Either way can work. All right. So the fourth point, which I want to talk about tonight, is to install your mental HR department, your human resources department, and that came to me because I realized that the one thing I consistently do when trying to achieve my goals is sometimes fall, sometimes fail. It just happens. It's how you learn. It's how you adapt, right? And so I was asking myself the question. I mean, what happens when someone quits? Like, you start a company and someone quits the job. Is Apple shutting down because you quit? Is is Best Buy shutting down because you're not there? Absolutely not. Someone's already not going to go ready and willing to take your job. Sometimes even at less pay, given the current situation we're in right now. And so it's the same thing. So why do companies have HR departments? Why do they have these systems and procedures set up? And it's because you have to find a way to keep going when there is any type of issues that may come up. And so it's the same thing for when you're trying to achieve your goal. I promise you, the second you try to really sit down and get that goal done like this, okay, that's it, I'm ready to go, I'm good, I'm set. It's when you're going to have the world of things happening around you to try to stop you, right? So what is your system? What are your systems that you have in place? And the reason why we often fail is because we have no real systems in place. We really just depend on our own will and depending on our own motivation, and that's just, for some of us, it's not enough. It's something you can build and eventually get to a place where you don't need any outside influence, any outside sources to get things done. But we may not be there yet, and that's quite fine, right? And so the book speaks about your systems, and it goes through three systems three suggestions of things you can do to help you along your way. And so the first system is partnering with someone. And this system actually works really well. Dioge's down on the call is one of my good friends, and so he's pretty much my workout partner. And I touch base with him multiple times throughout the week. I just spoke to him a few minutes ago when he just got his training coach. And so this is one of the best ways to help you with your goal setting and goal achievement is to partner with someone, right? You can accomplish a lot by yourself, but two heads are better than one, as they say, right? So partners help you to maintain motivation. That's one of the most powerful things about a partnership. The days when I'm just not feeling it, I'm like, dude, I'm not feeling it. And he'll be like, let's go, and then it'll switch some other days. Rarely it's going to be we're both feeling the same at the same time. But please find yourself a good partner. That being said, if your partner is not inspiring you to do better, then that person should be demoted to a friend, which is nothing wrong with that, by the way. But if you're trying to get your goals done, like you're trying to build a business, for example, you need someone to bounce ideas off of or to help you with saving and planning, then certainly find people that's going to really add to what you're trying to accomplish, right? So system one is going to be your partners, right? So find someone who has the same goal as you, and that's going to help to motivate you throughout that process, right? The second part is similar to a partner, an accountability partner, and this is someone who is not really on the journey with you. They're not going to the gym, but it's someone that can hold you, commit to holding you accountable. And this person should not be a peer, right? It should not be just a friend or a homeboy who's going to be like, oh, you missed the gym, you good, don't worry about it. Like, that's not going to be helpful to you if this person is not going to really hold you accountable. So it's good to have someone who's more of a mentor, someone who has great task management, good time and task management, who can, really, really push you, and who also garners your respect in terms of if they say, nah, you're messing up, you got to fix it today, you can be like, all right, I got you, let's get that done, right? It's going to be so important. So again, an accountability partner is great, and the book has actually places where you can write names and write contact information for who those people are. So it's really, really helpful to have those people in place, and I have that as well. So having someone to actually join you on the journey and someone you can check in with about the journey is also helpful as well. And having a set time, a consistent time, hey, every Friday at this time I'll call. The cool thing also with the book is that it has a place where you can journal and take notes. And so it's just good to, after a week, you can review and read back and look back at what's happening throughout the week and make adjustments. It really forces you to look at what you're doing and to plan better. And that's really the most powerful thing about it. All right, and then the third part, the third routine, or the third system that the book suggests is something called morning routines, right? And so it says how you start a race is a great indicator of how you will end it. Like a sprint, the first few meters are crucial to the success of the race. In the same way, how you start your day dictates how you end it. And so the book suggests having morning routines that will help you with achieving your goals. And remember, your goals are all about habits. And so what you're trying to do is to build habits, and in your habits and in your trends is where your goals are going to really start to come to completion. And so, that being said, your morning routine is a habit that you're trying to build just off the jump. So every morning, as I wake up, I do this. And some of the morning routines are suggested in the book. These 5 are suggested. Prayer being the first one. And prayer to me being the most powerful morning routine, because if you are trying, the whole point of a goal is that in this present state, the goal is not here, right? The goal is something in front of you. It's in the future, and there's no other way to access future realities or future things without some type of spiritual intervention, and that's just true. And even people who really don't say they are Christian or really hold to any faith, still speak about the power of this spiritual kind of like recognition and looking at things that way. And so for me, I'm a person of faith. I believe a lot that prayer and faith is a great way to access those future realities of what you're trying to accomplish and bring them into this present reality. And it's also a good way to, when we speak about doing vision boards and having visual representations of what you're trying to accomplish, prayer does that as well, because you're seeing that future thing, that future person, and all the things that person has, and you're asking for the insight, the strategy, the tools to achieve and to get there. So that's a great morning routine to have. Guided meditations are also it's kind of like how you would warm up before you start working out in the gym. It's a good warm up for you mentally to prepare you for your day. Planning, of course, is excellent, which is why I did this book. And this is kind of an example of what your planning page looks like. Throughout the book, you will see that there's a lot of quotes scattered by many great people, a lot of really important, like some really cool things that were said that really hit home. Is going to help give you just an extra push as you go through your day. But this is what your day is going to look like. So you're going to plan your day based on your goal, starting from day 1 all the way through day 66. One goal at a time. Once you get to maybe day 30, you can go back to day 1 and fill out that second box for goal number 2 and add a second goal and build all the way up to your 5 goals, right? The book tells you how to fill out each bucket and what you should put, and also gives you an example of how that looks like. So again, and then this is at the back of each page is a journal where you can sort of track your journey. And I feel like really and truly, once you finish this book and you have it all filled out, you can give this book to a friend who's trying to achieve the same goal as you, whether it's weight loss or finances or whatever it is. It's like they can read through your journey. It's like you're kind of like and that's like the really cool thing about it, is like you're kind of making your own book. You're kind of writing about your own journey as you go through it. And of course, adjusting to setbacks is important, because it will happen, and you just have to accept that there will be setbacks. There will be some days when you do not feel like leaving the house, and you don't leave the house. And so what do you do in those moments? Do you beat yourself up? Do you say, oh my gosh, I can't do this, this is too hard? No, fall back on your systems. And if you have systems in place and you have those partners and you have those things working, you'll find it's not hard to get back on the very next day or even later that day, right? You'll find a lot of ease in that. And what happens after a while, it just becomes automatic. You're just used to adjusting and used to getting this done, and so it just becomes second nature. And that's what you're trying to achieve, that second nature level, where it's like breathing, right? You don't have to think about breathing. Thank God, because most of us will forget and drop on the floor. So thank God some things happen without our thought, right? So similarly, that's what you want your goals and habits to do for you, to be automated, to be something that happens without your thinking. It requires less mental effort. So it's like you up and it's 6:30, you get dressed, you leave the house, you leave the gym. No big deal. No, oh my gosh, here we go. This morning was tough for me. I got up and I just sat there and just thought about life. It's like, do I want to just get up? I wanted to lay back down so badly. But I, again, just pushed myself. And once I got up and got dressed, I was out and ready to go. And I've been going now about 2 weeks strong. So using, again, those systems and those people to really help me to keep going. So it's going to be so helpful for you. And so, again, the book is available on the website. If you click on the description for this video, you'll see there is a ClickFunnels link, and it's also posted throughout my personal page, my social media pages. You'll find that link, and order a copy of the book today, and get one for your friend, get one for your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, enemy, whoever you want to. Get them a copy as well. It's only $12.99. And I feel it's going to be very, very helpful. I can't wait to hear of the success stories for people who actually have been using this product. And so I thank you again for joining a very quick presentation of what nexLv is. And as 2021 starts, we're going to continue to build this community, continue to every week log in and talk about the things that are affecting us the most, and continue to find ways and tools to help us to be better individuals. So I really feel like once we master our mentality and how we think and how we view things, it will change our life for the better. And so just be a part of this process, be a part of what's happening. And if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to share, feel free to hop on and give your 2 cents. If you have any questions about the book, I would love to hear it. If you're excited about the book, I'd love to hear that too. I'm certainly very excited and can't wait to get that out to you. So pre-order today, $12.99, and it will be shipping out in the next week or so. I'll give you a specific date of when that's going to be done. The good thing is the website tracks all my orders, so I'm not going to forget your order. And the book is also going to come with a little surprise as well in there too, just for your support. So I really, really appreciate it. Hey, thanks, Donna. No, it's not on Amazon yet. I'm not doing the global distribution yet. That's something I'll be working on for sure. So right now, if you order a copy, I'll ship it out to you personally. But thanks for inquiring, Donna Ingram, AD1 Tax Services. Let's give you a quick plug. So, what is in your mental toolkit? I want you guys to add nexLv to your mental toolkit today. Besides the book that I have coming out, I also have a lot of content online. There's audiobooks online, there are worksheets, guided meditations, there are whiteboard animations, just like many different ways to approach this mental strength we're trying to build within ourselves. And you'll find something, trust me, you'll find something that works for you. And that's why I have different things, so that some people are more visual. Some people like to write. I think writing is very powerful because it's incorporating just another sense and touch and visuals to help to really lock in what you're trying to accomplish. So membership is only $2.99, $2.99 online, and you will receive a referral code, which you can use to also sign up your friends and bring them on board. Again, this is a brand new community. We're starting from the ground level, and you can be one of those first members who can say, I got in when it was just Perth on the blank wall doing his live every week, right? Then there's something bigger. We can all kind of, be a part of that growth. So I'm excited about it. and I hope you guys are as well. So thanks again for joining on the stream tonight. I'll be back again next Tuesday to talk about matters that concerns us and finding tools and ways to build and get around, right? So I wish you guys a great and successful 2021. Again, I realized last year was really bad, but that doesn't mean that this year is just going to be great. As much as it feels like that, I know it feels like we're out of the mud. But if you look at the news, you can see we're not in the clear yet. So don't think that you have to stop working on yourself, right? You still have to continue working yourself and building up that mental strength to deal with what's coming ahead. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining.
So you may be wondering, what is nexLv all about? Well, let me ask you this. Would you drive on the road with a flat tire? Certainly not intentionally, right? And when fixing the flat, would you use tools to get that done? I would hope so. I've never seen it done by hand alone. A flat limits the speed you can drive and also gives you less control on the road. What happens when you experience a mental flat in your life? Similarly, you have difficulty keeping a steady course, and it affects how fast you can drive or move toward your goals. Like the tools you would use to change a flat tire, nexLv is a tool in your mental toolbox. With nexLv, there is no product to store or sell. The product is you. Using worksheets, guided meditations, audiobooks, and other content, you take the time to fix your mental flat and get back on your awesome journey towards success. Attend our weekly meetings so we can all grow as a community. We believe that we achieve more and at a higher rate of success together. Take your life to the next level today. Use this referral code during sign-up. nexLv is for you.
Perseverance, observing, unplugging, mitigating. Now, it's up to you. Trending toward personal growth and development. With the tools in the nexLv system, you can observe and identify negative thoughts, scan and take inventory to name the negative, unplug from the negative thought or trend, find and replace the negative with a counter thought or trend that is positive and true. Because negative behaviors start with negative thoughts. By eliminating those negative thoughts, you are on your way to changing negative behaviors to positive behavior. After you complete the process, that is, you successfully found and replaced a significant negative, you're ready to repeat the process of eliminating negative behaviors again